What's up, everyone? Matt here, host of Fueled by Coffee podcast. This is a Be Real episode 2, from my Beautiful Year, Colorado episode with my friend Matty. This is from towards the end of the episode. We were talking about when we got back from a recording trip and we were eating a ton of food really late, and we were talking about late night eating and East versus West, Colorado versus East Coast food. So made for some little interesting, funny banter, so I thought I'd throw it in here. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
This is because they were still open.
The only place that's open besides maybe Chiba Hut.
Yeah, I might.
And Waffle House, but if you go to the Waffle House down the street from here, you're probably gonna leave without your pants and your man card. So
and then you'll get diarrhea 30 minutes later.
Hey! Don't shit on Waffle House. That's an East Coast staple.
Yeah, I love Waffle House, but I
would never go to that one though.
But I can't eat it anytime before 10 p.m.
Really?
Because I feel dirty. Like I feel white trash.
Okay.
But after 10 p.m., it feels right.
That's fair. Honestly, like as an adult, that's when I would normally go. So right down the street, I don't know if it was there when you were. Yeah, I think it probably was when you were still in the area because you left PA what 2004, 2005,
2003, actually.
Wow. So maybe it wasn't there, but literally right down the street from where my parents live is a Waffle House.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with that area. It's like I-78, and there's a small little place called Vassie's. They have like cheesesteaks, hot dogs, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then there's Cherry Lane. You go up Cherry Lane, and like the Waffle House is right there on the corner. It's right by an Exxon gas or a mobile gas station. It's I don't know. It's hard to describe, but and especially you haven't been in the area for like 20 years. But yeah, we have a Waffle House there. In early adulthood, my friend Jack and I, we would just go there like, hey, you want to hang out? Yeah, sure. What do you want to do? I don't know, let's go get coffee. And then we'd sit at Waffle House from like 9 p.m. till 3 in the morning.
Yeah, and that's the spot to do it.
Yeah.
The thing I miss about Pennsylvania are the diners.
Yep.
There's so many good diners. We went to this one. I cannot remember what it was called. I don't remember where it was at.
Damn, was it in the Lehigh Valley? I'll rattle them off. Coopersburg Diner,
I have
Williams.
I have no
John's
idea.
Plain and Fancy.
I have no idea.
Starlight Diner.
I'm gonna have to call up an old buddy of mine and see if he remembers, because he was one of the guys that went with me all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many good diners that we would just go to and hang out. And there's a diner in Emmaus, because I lived in Emmaus for a while.
East Penn.
That might have been it.
Dude, East Penn is phenomenal.
Yeah,
my sister lives right down the street from that.
Yeah, so good. But yeah, you just don't get that kind of, I don't know, like food here in Colorado Springs is so different. It has gotten better in the last, I'll hit 20 years this December of living here.
Yeah.
So it has gotten better in 20 years, but like this is a military town. There's there's Air Force, and then there's the Army that stay here. And so the prominent places to eat are chains.
Yep.
Because they just sell to people who aren't from the area. Like, oh, I know I like Chili's, you know. I know I like B-dubs, you know. Like, and so those are the places that do really well here, are the big chains. Yeah. But I would say besides like the big, like, so like Applebee's or Chili's, and then like fast food chains like Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell. When I lived in Pennsylvania, I never ate at a chain.
Nope.
Ever.
Neither did we. Nope.
Yeah. If it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner, like nice or just, you know, hole in the wall, it was just always mom and pop.
Yep.
Standalone.
Hell yeah, dude.
Best place I ever had breakfast. I don't even know where it is. A buddy took me to it. It's called the Powder Keg. This place was like literally, it was like a Hobbit hole in the ground. Like it was like this diner that had trees on top of it. Like it was in the middle of the forest someplace. And we walk in and the furniture's falling apart. Nothing matches, right?
That's how you know it's
good.
And
it was a 2-hour wait to get breakfast. It was almost lunchtime. And I was like, what are we doing here, Dan? And the food comes out. It was some of the best breakfast. Again,
heck yeah,
this is 20 years ago. And I remember how good that breakfast was. It was so good. You don't have places like that out here.
And that's the one thing, you know, it was funny at work. So my manager at work, can't stand the dude. I'm nice to him because I'm not a dick. I'm nice. I try to be nice to everyone, but this guy has never left Colorado Springs. So like for me, like growing up in the Lehigh Valley, like we would take like family vacations. Like we had family in North Carolina. My sister and Sean lived in Georgia while he was in the Army for a little bit. So like we went places like that, and we'd go to the beach. But like once I got to be an adult, I started like, I did Maine, I did Vermont, you know, New England. I did Philly quite, like I love Philly's got its issues, but I love that city, man. So like Philly, coming out here, like I've done a lot of traveling, and so like I think that's how I grow. But like this guy's never left the Springs, and he's like, I would never leave this place. And I was like, why? There's a whole world out there. It doesn't mean you got to move like I did. Yeah. But like just go do something, man. Like it's
someplace else.
It's cool. But yeah, it came up in conversation a couple weeks ago. That something about the food, because I think he said something about like, oh, what are you gonna miss most about Colorado? And I was like, I don't know, like the weather, like, and I was like, obviously my friends, you know, like I made some super cool friends here. Not a ton of friends, like obviously there's you and there's the people from my publisher, but like that's enough for me, you know, like you and your family and them, like that's, you know, I'd rather have close friendships. But I said, you know, and then I said something along the lines of like, I can't wait to go home and actually have good places to go out to eat, because Kayla and I are foodies. Kayla's she loves to cook. I almost called her a chef. She thinks she's Gordon Ramsay sometimes, but
I know she's giving me crap about why would you do that? I don't know, Kayla, I'm sorry.
but so like Kayla loves to cook, and she's a phenomenal cook. Like she makes awesome food. And like me being a baker, and like we love food. That's just who we are. Right. And so like I remember when we came out here to visit. Okay, so when we came out here to visit, we did Panino's, which is like probably the best place in the Springs, I would say.
Yeah, that's good.
We did Panino's. We did, oh man, the Urban Egg downtown. Okay. That place was amazing because I was like, whoa, you can substitute a pancake for toast? What? You can't do that back home.
That's not a thing. Yeah.
Because like my whole thing when we go to a diner, and like this might sound fat, but I don't even care. I'll get like an omelet, which they make omelets wrong out here. I'm sorry, Colorado. Like you don't know what you're doing when you're making. So like out here, they do the egg, right? Right. And then they put all the filling in the middle and fold it over like it's a taco. Back home, it's almost like when they put the eggs in the pan, they put all this toppings in it, so you get topping in every bite of the omelet. Yeah. And then I think a lot of the time they'll put the cheese in the middle, so it kind of melts throughout. But yeah, so I'll get like an omelet. I'll do like, it's usually like an omelet, like rye toast. That's another thing. Like I don't feel like there's really a lot of like rye or pumpernickel or anything out here.
Yeah, because that's an East Coast thing.
Yeah. So like you do rye toast and omelet, home fries, and then I'll usually get like a pancake on the side because I love pancakes. And if you're going out for breakfast, you go big or go home, you know?
Exactly.
But yeah, and like Urban Egg, so like it was good, but it was pricey and it was weird. But like we did those places, and then I remember being like, oh, when we come back, we got to do Skirted Heifer, we got to do this place, we got to do that place. And it's funny because we also did Hacienda, Colorado, which was the worst Mexican food I've ever had in my entire life.
Yep. Service was over by me
on Nevada. Yeah. Service was awful. Food was the refried beans. It was just like water in a bowl.
Yeah.
And Kayla's margarita, she said, tasted like hand sanitizer. It was just like straight rubbing alcohol.
Jeez.
And that's the consensus I've gotten from other people that have gone there. Yeah. But so my point is like there were places where like, oh, we got to go back there. And I summed it up the other week as, you know, if you come out here, it is like you said, it's chains, or you overpay for some place that was on diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yep.
Skirted Heifer was good. Like we had it was a nice experience, but it was one of those I was kind of like, it's just a burger. I've had better
with a lot of cheese.
Yeah. See, I didn't get the skirted. I got like their green chili, the hatch. Yeah. That's the thing I'm gonna miss about out here is the hatch chilies. We don't have those back home because it's hatch chili season. But yeah, no, like I was like, it's good, but I don't know, you know, like, so like, I'll have to, when you guys come out, when next time you're in Pennsylvania, I got to take you, my favorite diner is Williams in Easton.
Okay.
It's called the Extreme Double Cheeseburger. Dude, the thing is ridiculous, and it comes with steak fries, and it's like $10. Like you get this whole, that's the thing about the diners too, right? You get this mountain of food for like $10.
Exactly.
We went to Black Bear Diner down the street because we were like, oh, it's a diner. And we paid like almost $40 for like, I got like a patty melt and fries, a skimpy portion of fries. Kayla got like some
Black
sort of...
Bear is the Guitar Center of like diners. Like,
bro.
Them suckers sold out, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, no. It's so funny too. So it's like for those who don't know, it's based out of California, and their whole thing, their selling point is like, we give you massive plates of food. And I remember when it came out, I was like, bro, this is weak compared to Pennsylvania. So I said to Kayla, and I said to people at work, you're basically going and overpaying for somewhere that's just it's glorified because it's on diners, drive-ins, and dives. That's basically it. Because Skirted Heifer was on it. We didn't go to Mountain Shadows, but they were on Triple D, you know. Or even like we were talking about cheesesteaks. There's a place down on I think it's Tejon downtown where it's called like East Coast Deli or something like that. And when we were visiting here 2 years ago, their special of the day was, and I'm doing air quotes, a Philly cheesesteak. And it was literally, it said it was like a roast beef sandwich with queso on it. And I was like, that is an abomination to the city of Philadelphia.
Right.
Like I love Philadelphia. I visit there as often as I can when I'm home. I'm not from there, but that's an abomination to that city. Like, so it's one of those things. And like my manager was trying to defend, oh, that place is really good. And I was like, no, dude,
you got to give it context. It may be good for here, you know, like, but I haven't had the last time I had a good Philly cheesesteak was in 2010. Yeah, because that was the last time I went to Pennsylvania. Yeah,
but and like Hugh said something about Taste of Philly, and the one night Kayla and I got Taste of Philly, college football was on. You know, it's a vibe. That's our thing back home is like cheesesteaks, football. Yeah. Because speaking of hole in the walls, how many like hole in the wall like pizzerias you can go to?
Oh my gosh,
like
none here.
Like we get, which I love it. We get Marco's out here because it's higher Marco's quality than chain, but it's not quite a pizzeria. Right. But yeah, like back home, the pizzerias and the cheesesteaks you get there. I'm not even talking just Philly cheesesteaks. I'm just talking like ordering it. There's a place in Hellertown called Roma's, best cheesesteaks. Like, so stuff like that. We got Taste of Philly, and I was like, this is extremely underwhelming. And I've frequently called it. I'm like, Taste of Philly. No, this is Taste of shit.
Yeah, you know? Really, yeah.
Because it was just like greasy and like I don't know. But yeah, so like that is the big dividing line, and that's like one of the things I think I've been most homesick for is like those. Our going out to eat spot right now is Red Robin on Jamboree off of North Academy Boulevard.
Really?
Because it's like that's like if it's Saturday night, we got nothing going. Oh, let's go over to Red Robin. Then we'll get coffee at Barnes and Noble afterwards and wander around.
That's a good place to get a burger.
But it's like, and that one's phenomenal. I can't recommend them enough. But yeah, like it's sad when Red Robin is your go-to because it used to be one of 6 diners in the area, you know?
There is a place that I still have yet to take you.
Black Forest Foods? Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week we'll go. And you'll have to talk about it on your next podcast if you like it or if you hate it. But yeah, that place is good. But that place reminds me of a spot you would go to on the East Coast. Yeah. Where there's no rules of how they do things. They just do it their way. And that's what makes a lot of East Coast food so good, especially up in the Northeast, is... like Wally's, you know Wally's. That's in Emmaus, right?
Oh my God, the deli.
Oh my gosh, dude,
bro, that place is phenomenal.
They're like, if someone said you can't put that much meat on a sandwich, Wally's was like, hold my beer. Yeah. Like, I do not care. Yeah, because I think I wasn't in this band, but I would like watch this band practice. There were 6 of us, and they would order. One large, and we would all share it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's how big it was, cool. You know. So, you just don't get that. You don't get that out here. Yeah, which is a shame.
Yeah, but that's the biggest thing for me is like the diners and the Wawas.
Yeah, and the gas stations. Like there's no Wawa out here. Come and go. Go to hell. Yeah. Mavericks. There's only one Maverick, and that's Tom Cruise. So.
Bro, we gotta do. If we do this recording trip, if we end up in Nashville, we gotta go to a Buc-ee's. I've never been to a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, you gotta get some hot chicken too.
Dude, I love Nashville hot chicken. I've never had authentic Nashville hot chicken, but
it's good. Yeah, it's really good. I've got a bunch of friends that live out there. Yeah. So, I actually talked to one of them yesterday. So
sweet.
But yeah. And then there's my old boss actually lives out there. Really? And he told me that he would hire me again if I was ever in the area. And so I called him because I was putting together a resume, and I decided to put him as a reference, but I want to call and ask or whatever. So I call and I say, "Hey Wayne, it's Matty. I was just wondering if we could talk for a second, and give me a call back. Miss you, love you, bye," whatever. And then he calls me back, and I say, "Hey, what's up, Wayne?" And he goes, "If this is not about you moving to Nashville and needing a job, I want nothing to do with this conversation." Because he told me that God told him that we were supposed to move out there.
Yeah,
like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, like 2 years ago or whatever. But anyways, like if we go out there, we'd have places to stay, and there's a ton of good spots to eat.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like the East Coast again. There's so many good spots to go to.
Heck yeah, dude.
And good live music too.
Yeah. Well, that's to tie it all together when we were talking about. So when you said somewhere inspiring and good food,
exactly.
I was thinking, like I said, this New York, Philly, incredible places. I mean, I've never been to New York City, but I've been to Philly a bunch of times. In New York City, you get all those cultures and all that food. But then I was like, Nashville, that's like the music capital of the world.
Mm-hmm. How
fitting would it be to go record a record there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And get all the food and stuff. So I don't know. But yeah, dude, definitely will be a fun time. But